I'm glad I caught up with you in time. Our wells have become brackish and stagnant, and some of the townsfolk people have become ill from drinking them. Our reserves of fresh water are quickly running dry, and I believe that there is a passage that leads to the springs that serve our town. Please find what has caused this calamity, or we will all surely perish. So basically, the Ring of Truth, which is the ring, the last ring in the list here of unique rings that I've got, is a ring that comes from a quest. The quest is essentially to clear the well, and if you have the quest active, you will know because you will look at this well right here, and instead of being nice crystal blue, clearish water, it will be kind of like yellowy, vomity, greeny brown color, indicating that you have the Ring of Truth quest active. And you need to go down and save the Ring of Truth, or the village from it. Ironically, the Ring of Truth quest is very similar to the Den of Evil quest. When you go down there, what you're going to find out is that there's essentially like a second floor, like dungeon entrance, and in this second floor dungeon entrance, it's just an opening in the wall. You go in there, and the water is the same color as what you see in the well. And when you go down there, there's a bunch of monsters. You kill all the monsters, and when you have killed every single monster, just like the Den of Evil, all of a sudden, miraculously, light shines from the sky, the water turns back to blue, and the quest is completed. And you come back to town, and you talk to Deckard Cain, and Deckard Cain gives you the Ring of Truth. The Ring of Truth is a pretty decent little ring. It has -1 damage from all enemies, which is the physical damage. So it just reduces physical damage by 1, which is really nice, especially on a ring slot, so you don't have to give up any armor class for it. It can, of course, be stacked with other negative damage from enemies, like, for instance, from the Carapace Scavenger Carapace, from the Demon Spike Mail, from many other sources to get you a higher amount of negative damage from enemies. Do be aware that this only applies to physical damage, though, and not magical. It has plus 10 hit points, which is not bad, and then best of all, it comes with 10 to all res, which is actually pretty decent for a little low-level ring that you pick up around level 2 as you're going through the game. And that quest is pretty easy to do. It's not really that big of a deal. You go down there, you kill a couple monsters. I think the most difficult monster down there is the goat man. I think there's a goat man down there, and he's kind of a much higher level monster than the rest, and he'll kick your butt if you're not paying attention. Upon completion, you get what's that you say? The mere presence of demons had caused the water to become tainted. Oh, truly a great evil lurks beneath our town, but your perseverance and courage gives us hope. Please take this ring. Perhaps it will aid you in the destruction of such vile creatures. The vilest of creatures. Yes. I do not believe you can actually find this online, and I don't think you can find it in anything except for like the modded versions, which allow you to do that quest. So it's pretty much primarily a single player item unless you happen to, like put it in a different way. Let's check and see how much it costs. But if you find this ring early on at level 2, you're probably putting it on your finger, to be perfectly honest. The Ring of Truth is 2,275 gold, which is not bad for an early level starter ring. I think that's pretty much it. That is the last item that I have on my list to do. There are a couple items that I cannot find, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of searching to see if I can get access to them. Unfortunately, I have been unable to find a couple items, and I think it's because they're actually quite rare, if what I'm finding out about them is true. One of them is the Deflector Shield, which apparently very rarely ever drops. The Helm of Spirits, which I can't find a file for. Also, the Mangler. The Mangler Axe and a Crack Rust, which for some reason I don't have a Crack Rust. They're not particularly very good items, but for completion's sake, I'll see if I can find them and finish up the series. All the items at this point are finished, up to the Optic Amulets, the Ring of Truth, the Ring of Regia. I've got pretty much everything on the list done. So it's just a matter of finding the missing items so I can complete the list. I may do the Hellfire stuff. There are some Hellfire-specific uniques, which I could potentially do, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to combine those into this particular series. Maybe I do another series and do the Diablo 1 Hellfire uniques, because there were some Hellfire uniques that were added specifically for Hellfire that were not apparent in Diablo 1. And a lot of people separate out the two expansions, and I fully agree. Like, Diablo 1 Classic should be treated differently than Diablo 1 Hellfire. So I will do those at a later date. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe button if you are interested in more content. And keep watching.